All right, so we are live, and I hope I'm gonna check to make sure that this is live on YouTube because I haven't used this in a long time. So let me just make sure.
Oh, I can see the notification of your live in my phone.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, I just got a notification, so probably yeah. But just check to double check. I love these lives. I absolutely seen other people like witchy stuff live.
Mm,
Yeah, I'll rewatch them again and again.
I don't know. Well, in any case, while I'm doing this, I give people a chance to come in. But I can't even click on this. Actually, let me go into my other account and then do it that way. Okay. Yes. Okay, we're live. Hi, Carrie. I have to remember to look at the hi, Mazaki. So I have my glasses here because I get blind, so I can say the invocation. So I'm just giving everybody a chance to come in before we get started. But I have two beautiful Venusian women here with me. You ladies want to say hi or introduce yourself?
Hello. So I am Lorena, and like already I said, I'm a Venusian. So
And likewise, my name is Alucarda and also working in the Venusian currents as well.
Yay! My call live. Grand evening, guys. Hi. Hey, you know what? I'm not Haven. I think it is, but you know what? I'm not even gonna try to butcher people's names, so I don't want to do that. But if anybody has been following those who are joining here, just a quick recap. So this is the grand finale in the series where I took you through a process of Glamour Magic, the things that you could do to build up, sort of like a foreplay, build up to now. So building up the energy, which helps you be more confident because you kind of take the steps to get here. So what we have here, I have the Glamour Magic blend that I created and the ashes of the sigil, which I mixed in the blend on one of I think that was his third video or second video. But I have that here. And then, as I mentioned, I have a red candle. So, whatever candle that you want to use, color that you want to use is fine. You can even use a 7-day candle if you want to have this go, longer and work that magic extra. And I decided to use some Lang Lang oil to help dress the candle. And I'm actually also going to I have my little carver here. I'm going to carve the glyph of Venus on here as well. But so once we get started, what we're going to do is we're going to help everyone get into setting the tone and coming into the Venusian space. And then we're just going to take a moment that we dress our candles. So take that time to do that. And then I'm going to speak at incantation to call in those Venusian forces. And at that time, if you want Alucarda or Lorena say something also. And then we're gonna cast that magic. And so I just want to also say when I do something like this, even if it's live or even if it's a video, what you want to do if you're joining along or you're going to do it later. But if you're joining along, something like this is when I come off this live, I'm going to sit with that candle a few more moments, right? So it could be intimate, right? I don't want to, this is a collective energy, but I also want to put my intimate personal energy into this magic. So once like I go off live, I'll sit with that for a few more moments as it's burning. So if that's something you want to do too, you can go ahead. So I am going to light some Palo Santo.
I got some incense going too. I actually have two because I love incense, but maybe I don't know if I can show this. But this I got this one. This like love and um that.
What is it? Love and Amor. Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. And then this is my favorite incense of all. Like this smell, this is my favorite, but it's called vampire blood.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah,
I'll
that
have
smells so good.
Did you get it from a store or online?
I got it on Amazon. I never go anywhere, so everything I get is in Amazon. So yeah, I
Oh,
love it. I got a big box, like literally, I'm obsessed with it.
you have to send me that link. I've never, you know what? I
I'll
don't
send it to you.
this online unless somebody refers me because you know what? I don't trust
Yeah,
it. I smell it.
I think I only trust Amazon for sure, but I should not be trusting them because I'm buying a lot of stuff. So
Well, yeah, when it comes to incense, I like to smell it, and you know.
no, I'm telling you that incense, it's so. I mean, the name, the vampire's blood, it's very like I don't know, like it's not really sweet, but it's very vampire energy. I don't know, kind of like the vibe of like
You smell like.
I don't even know how to say it, but I just think that it smells so 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 good. So
Nothing I
I'm
try.
gonna go grab a quick oil and I'll be right back.
Okay. So
and
this,
I also maybe I can say what I have while she's back,
okay.
if that's okay with you.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. No, I'll wait for her to come
So,
back with
so I got a lot of stuff because I like to have a lot of stuff, and so I got some rose oil. It's just essential oil. Probably I'm gonna dress my candle with this. I remember I think you mentioned the rose oil already. I gave you like headache or like you can just put it and then take it. I'm with the other side. I love this. Like I would literally just like
it's when they're sweet. Sometimes if they're too sweet, that's like me with perfume. Anything that's too sweet, it gives me a headache. So I like more earthy.
got
earthy.
it. I do have the yang that you just mentioned, but I was like, maybe I'll just get the rose though.
Yeah.
And then I got my Glamour oil.
Nah. Is that you made that?
I made it. I made it a long time ago, so I've been using this for a long time. Like I made like a little jar, and then I just keep filling this one. But I made it this one.
So do you have a shop?
Like a what?
Do you have a shop?
I do. I think I put it on my website. I'll send it to you. I did put it on my website. Then I took it down because it didn't have like a lot of success. But maybe I should have like put it a little bit more publicity, which I didn't. So maybe
Yeah.
I'll put it back. But
Yeah.
this one is my favorite for sure because
Yeah.
it's being activated with Lilith, and her, you know, doing
Yeah.
and every single retail that I do for like self love, like Venusian, glamour, and even in myself. If I want, when I'm like like I want to look good, so so I just got like a little bit.
So you're not
So
the only one that uses that incense, the vampire blood incense. A couple of people saying that they like it too.
they like the. I can now see the comments, so that's why I can read them.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got which I don't know if I'm gonna use it, but I got my Lilith oil, and so I work really close with her. So for me, every time I do something like this, when it comes to like my femininity, my self love, my Venus, sorry, I always call her. So I got her oil here.
Yeah, so like the last time I did the Glamour Magic ritual was in the one I shared on Patreon, the with Lilith.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it. I love it. I think that's the one I did. But I'm a Libra, so I love everything that has to do with glamour, beauty,
Yeah.
justice.
All right, so
So
let's just take a second so that we can. I feel like we are already we ready for the Venusian current, but I just want to like get everyone who's watching this. So the best thing you do is what I'm gonna do right here, right? I'm gonna just take a few moments and if you guys could just do that right now, take a few moments so that you can like come into this space and this energy so that you can feel our energy coming through the screen to you, into your home, into your space, and just feel yourself grounded and anchored so that you can receive this magic, this glamour magic. And what you want to do right now, if you have anything near you, I'm going to spray my, this is my perfume that I've mentioned that I leave on my altar, my Venus altar, so that I can soak up the essence. So one thing that I like to do to set the tone when I'm working with like glamour and love and attraction is spray some of this, because like I've mentioned, my brain automatically knows, right? So you don't have to build up so much. My brain already knows. Activate. It's Venusian time. Activate. So these are some of the things that you could just do to draw yourself into this energy. And I'm pushing it out to everyone that is watching here. Even if you catch this after the live, I'm pushing all of this energy out to you, and I hope that you can receive it. So right now, oh, that smells so good. See, I feel it. I feel the vibes. But so at this time, um, if you want to, however you want to start with your candle, I'm going to start with carving the glyph of Venus on it, and then maybe a word, a keyword that I want the specific part of that glamour for me. And after I do that, I'm going to dress it with the oil. So we're going to draw the glyph of Venus. So you can draw whatever on your candle if you're going to do that. Something that is for you, that really resonates with glamour for you. And you can write keywords like confidence, right? Because that's the main thing for glamour. Because you could do all the magic you want, but if you don't work on that confidence, you got to meet the glamour magic. And so now I'm going to put a few drops of my Lang Lang. And I don't know if you guys know the story of Lang Lang.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's when I looked it up and I was reading about it, it's I believe it's Asian, and it got its name because there's a flower from the Lang Lang tree, well, the Lang tree. And the reason why it's double Lang Lang is because the story goes like this boy was so in love with this young girl, and this young girl was like a gift from the gods to her parents, and she was not to be touched by anybody. So this young boy loved her so much that he wanted to give her a gift. And in him handing her the gift, they touched hands. So then the gods got angry and turned her into a tree. So that tree yields the flowers, and it is said that at night you could hear him calling out, "Lang Lang, Lang Lang." But that is the story of Lang Lang.
It's the first time I ever heard that. So wow.
So now, if you guys can see, I'm gonna just put some of this that blend with the sigil that we created. And I'm going to take some of that and put around the base of the candle also. Pretty candle. And what I like to do sometimes, instead of burning the bottom of the candle, I'll take, which is why I'll have a candle burning. Sometimes I take the wax from the tea light candle and pour it at the base to help the candle stand. Hi, Tom.
All right, I think I got mine all set up now. It's kind of, I'll show it. It's right here.
Oh, pretty. I love that red plate.
Thank you. I painted it. It was actually just a little like
you painted
terracotta
it?
one. Yeah. And then I have you can't see it now, but there's like one of the pentacles I drew.
Yeah. Oh, I'm still copying. I have I have a dish like that. And it's silver. I'm gonna paint it.
Yes. You can add symbols and do your own thing on there.
That's a good.
I'm definitely gonna try that too. That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah,
I
because
know.
I don't know why I'm a copper girl, coppers, golds. So I don't really like to use that. I have a tin dish, so I'm looking at it like, man. So I think painting it red is a good. I think I'm gonna do that, and then incorporate some symbols on there.
I think I'm gonna use roses. I got just dried roses from like some that I never throw away my roses. I mean, as a week, you guys probably do the same thing.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, and I'm gonna use some catnip. So
Yes, I have catnip in my blend. Catnip is anybody that's listening or watching after this. If you don't have anything else and you want something for attraction, catnip.
yeah, like literally catnip. It's like one of the best thing. I read somewhere, which is not had to do with like Glamour Magic, but if you want the people in your house to be like more excited, more happy, just get some catnip and throw it around your house, like on the outside. And I'm like, I need to like go pick it up because literally my house is always filled with all the kids of the neighborhood, you know? I'm like, you guys.
Oh, that's a good idea. So I'm gonna do that when my husband walks through the door and had a bad day and he's angry. I'm gonna go, hey.
Yeah. So I got mine set up too. Maybe I can show it. Let me see if I can just move this. I can show it. I got it right there.
That's a nice one.
This one I got it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just put it in this because I don't think this is like metal. I think it's plastic. So I don't wanna, safety first.
We us witches know fire. We fire starters.
Yeah.
I use oil and lodestone oil. Oh, lodestone oil.
Ooh.
Nice. I like that.
Oh, I can see the comment. I can see her comment. That's so cool.
Yeah, you know what? I use lodestones and I don't think I've ever used the oil. Did you make that oil, Carrie? So let me our part and Lorraine, did you have incantation or something you wanted to say also, or you're good?
Well, like the Venusian incantation, is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, what incantation to activate the glamour, like, or something you want to words you want to put, but not no, I don't want to put you on the spot. You don't have to. No.
No, you're fine. I mean, I usually will use more like I attract all that I desire, and then I start thinking about the things that I want to attract with this spell. I want to attract confidence, self-love, success, and I want the people that when people look at me, they can look at me as a perfect fantasy. And that way, I want to be able to, allure people to, buy my stuff, kind of like, or just kind of like it's even though I work, kind of like, oh, and just let me be. So I like to use glamour sometimes in those things, just kind of like being seen as a perfect fantasy, so nobody really see me as, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, but
So
I don't know if
it's
you guys
a perfect
understand what I
fantasy,
mean.
a perfect fantasy, but just still just like a fantasy, but not to bother you.
Not really. Kind of like if somebody see you as a perfect fantasy, kind of like in my way of thinking, it's kind of like they see you as somebody who is like at peace, like in their beauty, but they don't see you as like competition somehow. So they
Oh,
don't
that's
really mess with
yes.
your energy,
I
you
like
know?
it because you know what happens is when you do sometimes when you put this glamour on, some people perceive that as a threat and get jealous, like they see you
Yes.
and like they get the then all of a sudden you got to deal with the evil eye. So it's also good
Yeah.
while
Mhm.
you're doing this to also, I always protection, protection, protection.
Yes. And so like you said, with any magic, I believe that protection it's like the main thing. Don't just matter if you're doing a spell for like this, glamour, self-love, whatever you do. And I feel like cleansing yourself and cleansing your home, it should be something that we do constantly.
Yeah,
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because we can just, there's people that can send you the evil eye without even knowing what that is or
yeah,
like without even knowing it. So
exactly.
yeah, I have all sorts of things. I might be a little bit too much, but I like it. So,
Sorry.
you know,
All
You
right.
you want to share, Okada?
Sure. I'll share mine really quick here. Let me get my little setup. So let's see. Okay. Oh, great Venus, you who are love and beauty, you who shine, may your energy be present with us. May we shine as bright as you. Lend your charm, your art, your light. Draw all eyes with soft allure. Venus, let your power flow through us. Thank you.
I love that. Multi B.
All right, so now here, let me put on the glasses. These are my glamour glasses. I put them on so I don't have to worry about putting on makeup and stuff when I do sometimes videos. Okay. All right, so hail to thee, Venus Urania, essence of beauty beyond form, born of foam, draped in silence. We invoke your power on this night. We call upon thee, Aphrodite, goddess of love and desire. We call upon thee, Ishtar, queen of heaven, warrior of passion, whose beauty burns like fire. We call upon thee, Hathor, great mother of the sun, giver of joy and dance. We call to thee, O Lilith, first queen. In your shadowed wisdom, awaken the depths of our sensual essence. O Venus, by your eternal light, we call you forth. Wrap us in the current that attracts without demand. Let our aura shimmer with your mystery. Let our steps be traced in gold and shadow. Let our gaze awaken hunger, wonder, remembrance. Let our spirit sit enthroned in sovereign allure. By the power we have called forth, by your current, we are veiled in grace and sovereignty. Let it be done in flesh, in light, in will. So mote it be.
Multi B.
All right. So now at this time, let's set these bad boys ablaze. And you just want to sit with that fire and kind of push your energy, feeling yourself glamorous into this flame, into this candle, because this is going to be the thing that helps carry your magic. see yourself glamorous, sensual, confident, magnificent. Feel the energy of Hathor, Lilith, Ishtar, Nana, Aphrodite, all the Venusian deities that came before us and are here with us now, as we call in a Venus, the morning star, the evening star. Okay. Those of you that are watching, have you lit your candles?
So I wanted to share that I have this. I think you remember you made this, Heredia, the sigil of
Yes.
Lele.
Uh-huh.
I use it all the time in my candle. This one is already like done, but
Mm,
I'll print it, I'll cut it, and then use like mush posh. I don't know if I'm saying that right, like kind of like that glue.
yeah,
But sometimes I love it so much that even though I have another candle already lit for her, I'll leave it on the side because I feel like this sigil, it's amazing. It's powerful. So
And it's imbued with that energy already. So, yeah, it makes it
I know.
potent.
I absolutely love it. Like I keep it and I do it, So
nice.
Mhm.
Nice. I have right now I am working still with Lilith. Like her relationship and my relationship is kind of like it's like a slow buildup. I don't know. It's more like she's waiting on me to get to a certain place. That's the theme I have though with some Venusian darker goddesses. Like I have that's my theme. You're kind of waiting for me to get to a certain place.
do you work with any deity? Like I forgot. Oh, I cannot see your name.
Oh, yes, I
Like
do. Yes. I work with Astaroth primarily, like that Venusian enemy, but I've worked with Lilith in the past as well. I still, like, from time to time will work with her, but I don't work with her as much as I did before, when I first started my journey. But I feel like my connection with Astaroth, for whatever reason, is not that it's like stronger, but I feel more of a pull, but there's also more that I need to learn with Astaroth.
Mhm.
And then it's weird because they kind of guide you. At least that's how I interpret it. I don't know, Radia, if you feel the same, but sometimes they're like, okay, now you go here, and then after you're here, okay, now we're gonna let you like come back over here and rework some other stuff that you might need to work through. So I kind of feel like that's kind of like where my journey. They want me to like focus primarily. Like I started or I was working with Hecate for the last 8 months. And now it's like, okay, now I'm slowly making that gradual change back to Astaroth, where I started to. So I don't know. It's kind of weird, but yeah.
Oh, that's kind of like what I was saying. That's like what I was saying. They are so if they're different, right? Their energies are different from masculine energies. So especially those that are more I'm gonna say Venusian, but they, it's more to them. But especially those that have that sensuality, that dark allure. When I work with them, because I've worked with Astaroth before, but when I work with them, they do the same thing. They're like, okay, this is what I think you need right now. So here's go
Yep.
this direction, and this is, kind of like guide me.
Yep.
So I think when I get to a certain place of um, tapping back into that, because I was there once, but like I said, I've been through a lot of shit. So tapping back into that, I think it'll be a different feeling working with them.
Mm-hmm.
But the Wee Witch, I did a glamour ritual last night. I'm debating on whether or not to do another tonight. I would, if you were to do it another tonight, I would just kind of add on to that. I wouldn't want to cancel out, right? If I was doing it, I wouldn't want to cancel out the original one. Maybe if you feel like you want to do it, then add to it. But
Yeah,
maybe
I actually was thinking about also doing one yesterday, but for some reason I've been kind of sick, so kind of like recovering from that.
mm,
Usually on Fridays I like to do something, doesn't matter. But I think that's a good idea, kind of adding to whatever ritual that person said will be
yeah,
good.
because it'll almost be like that's why I was debating, but I'm always doing some kind of glamour magic ritual, so I really don't need a 7 day candle. But if I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't doing some kind of all the time glamour magic ritual, and I really wanted to activate glamour magic, I would use a 7 day candle, so that could be something that I work on for a while because it'll allow me. But again, if you follow this series, the Glamour Magic series, it would be kind of a buildup. So the 7 day candle is essentially like the buildup to working that magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Akate, um, the same. I don't know. Maybe it's that's the role of, I don't know. I hear this from quite a few people, right? The role of some of these feminine deities are to, as like, guide us, and obviously to guide us, but it seems like it's more like, all right, these are the tools that I'm going to give you, and this is what you need to do with it, and this
Mm-hmm.
is who you may potentially also need to work with.
Right.
So that's exactly what Akate was for me. Like, she showed up, and like I think I was saying this on the Zoom the other night on Patreon, that she was one. So I feel like if you are working in spirituality, I feel like you need to work with a dark goddess that carries that energy that helps you guide you through the abyss, because like the freaking abyss is something we all have experienced, and that the abyss is when you go through different checkpoints in your life. So it's like, or you go through a trauma, or you go through the dark night of the soul. We all have those points in our lives that we need help with, spiritually, out of the abyss. And Hecate for me was that, right? She was that. Um, because I worked before Hecate, I've only worked with like lighter beings. So when Hecate showed up, she was like my introduction into the abyss and to helping guide me through the abyss. So she's always gonna be like my here with me. But
Me too already. Um, I think Hayden said I learned a lot from Hecate when working with her. I think we all did. I think Hecate it's kind of like that deity that you need to guide you in the crossroads, and it will open so many doors. It will definitely guide, like it would take you to the dark night of the soul, because literally I feel like it just kind of like you have to go through that regardless who you're working with. um but she will definitely be like, let me see, you need to learn this because I know your potential, and I'm going to share something just personal. But I did a tattoo. I know I might be pronouncing that with my accent, but like just like a tattoo on my body for my birthday. When I was doing the tattoo, I've been looking at this for a long time. I don't know why, but in my mind, I'm tattooing myself Lilith. You know, I feel like it was, it was Lilith. When I'm done with my tattoo and I actually look at it, I'm like, wait a minute, this is not Lilith. This is Hecate. And I think sometimes, in like kind of like art things, they might look similar when they portray them and stuff. Not that they are similar in like, spirituality or like, anything else. But that just kind of showed me how much Hecate it's like, I'm not done with you. You know, I'm not done with you. And I
Yeah.
have the same one that you have already over here, which is like just her sigil. But I'm gonna show it to you guys. Maybe you guys can see it, but it might not be. It might be hard.
Nice.
But
Yeah,
Oh, nice. I
I
like.
love that.
I was like, this is definitely not Lilith. I don't know why did I tell that it was Lilith, but I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know. And I might be just her like, I want you to do another one for me. I don't know. So
yeah,
anyway, she probably would was like, "You're
that's
not done with me. You cannot get rid of me. You need to still learn a lot," which I agree with her. So
nice. Nice.
Mm.
anyway,
Yeah, I remember when I first, I think I posted that video on one of my other channel. When I first worked with a more Venusian uh, deity, and that was, well, some wouldn't call her deity. I do, Nama. So
Mm.
I remember when I invoked her, and I, it was one of Asanoff Mason's books that I have. So I remember I invoked her, and I was sitting there meditating, and all of a sudden I had this visual of this like demoness, and her skin was tinted like red and shimmery, like
Mm.
shimmery gold, but her skin was red. And I remember I remember seeing like her breast, because she was just like, she was standing there naked. I remember seeing her breast. And then I remember it was like this sensual feeling that came over me. It was so funny. I would say to myself, I'm like, you know what? I wasn't into women, but when I was when I was in that meditation, I'm like, she looks sexy. But it was because she was tapping into like my root chakra, my
Mm.
sacral chakra, awakening those energies. So sometimes when we feel those energies, when we don't understand it, we associate it with something else or someone. But that's what
Mm.
she was doing at the time. She was awakening those energies in me. So she was like the first sensual being that I worked with like that.
That's interesting. I feel like, at least for me, the sensuality and having kind of like the same sensations came more when I worked with Lilith. And that was like a whole, like, the energy. You can just, obviously, Lorena, you work with Lilith too. So you probably understand too. It's like that energy of like, I don't even know how to like explain it. You're just so like into like yourself too, but then you're just like, yes, like very almost like dominating like energy of like, I don't know how to explain it, but that's how I felt when I was like working with her. And that's when I felt kind of like that very primal sort of like
Yes,
energy rise in me as well.
primal's perfect word for that. Yes, yes, yes. And I think it's important that's like, if you want to, whatever side of the tracks you're on, right, left, I think it's important to work with, especially as if you want to tap into your raw feminine nature, you have to work with some raw feminine energy, and that's not going to be nothing light and fluffy. The light and fluffy is for like the above, the celestial realms. You want to work with the primal, those lower realms, that is your root, your sacral, and like your solar plexus. You need to work with Lilith and Nama.
I don't know much about Nama, but now I'm intrigued. So I
Well,
may
it
do some
is. They are,
research.
if I am recalling correctly, they are the 4 or 5 wives of Samael. So
Oh, okay.
Ish, I always screw her name up. I forget her name. If anybody's watching and just put it up there. But yeah, so it begins with the E. But yeah, so they kind of carry the same energy, right? So when you work with the Quilpith and you start from the bottom, right? You're working with Nama and Lilith. So this is their world. So it's all the same energy, but I do think Lilith's is more primal, raw primal, versus Nama's being primal but not as raw. That is at least that was my experience.
I think you're right. I mean, with I don't know a lot about Nama history or her story, but yeah, definitely primal with Lilith. Because you know she is an all deity. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, probably I don't know if it's older than Hecate, probably not, but I don't know. Like you say when you say primal, it's definitely like all of us women's we can somehow identify to her at some point.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to it's funny because I work better, which is why I'm trying to tap more into working with like Lilith, because I work better with male deities like a Lucifer. So um I'm starting to work with him, like working with Venus and everything. So I'm starting to work back with him, like I was saying earlier, with the Luciferian phosphorus. No, I keep doing that.
The first
Prometheus,
yes.
Prometheus side of Lucifer. And the funny story is the reason why what made me tap into that. Hey, Justin. Glad you was able to make it too.
Justin, I'm a fan. I'm a
Oh,
fan of
yeah,
you.
that fierce picture.
I know. I see his pictures. It's like,
Love it.
damn.
So when I had my first past life regression, at this time, this was maybe 8 years ago. I knew nothing about Prometheus, the story. I've heard the name at that time. I heard the name in like a Greek myth, but I never really knew the story. And in the past life regression, I remember I went at that one session. I had two. In it, the person guided me, and she was like, "You're gonna have a guide. See who your guide is to take you to these past lives." So I remember I was like in like the cosmos somewhere, and it was like doors, like a long hallway of doors. And all of a sudden, this being shows up, and he's like a glowy blue. So I'm like, okay, it looks like an alien or something. He's like a glowy blue, and the person guiding me said, "Ask your guy his name." And I asked, and he was like, "I am Prometheus." So he takes me through each door. When I finished with that first one, I came back out, and he took me to the next door. I think I shared the past life regressions that I had on another video, but the point is, he when I did the research today on invoking this part of Lucifer, this aspect of Lucifer, I did the research, and it was saying some people sees Prometheus as this blue being, and how they were describing him. I'm like, you can't make this shit up, right? Because it was like going into the phosphorus and Hesperus aspect of Venus, and the morning and evening star, and the connection to Lucifer, right, is Venus, the morning star, and then to Prometheus, right? So it is just when you have a dream or vision or something in the astral, and you don't understand it, that shit's gonna show up. Like write it down because it's gonna show. Like it's gonna show up. It's all gonna. The dots are gonna connect. It's all gonna make sense. But so this just kind of confirmed that I'm on the right path with Venus, right? The energies of Venus, the Venusian path.
I
So
don't know if that was an orb or something. Right when you were saying that, there was like this little thing that just went right across your screen. I don't know if anybody else in the comments saw that, but I definitely saw that.
oh yeah, when I'm gonna watch the replay.
When I watch the replay, I'm gonna try to observe. I was like putting my water bottle back, so I probably didn't
I
see
don't know
that part.
because my energy, I got excited. I was just like, woo! I felt that.
You can feel the energy when you're telling us all these things for sure.
Nice suggestion. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, the weed witch. But yeah, so and I would, and I know I say this, I know you've heard me say this, Alacardo, but getting a past life regression, I think is won't regret it.
It's so funny you say that because I was literally looking last night in my area. I was like, past life regression, like near me. Like I was like looking at all the, trying to, and I was like, you know what? I want to do it. I want to do that for myself. Like I've had like someone like read me, but it was like a weird situation. It wasn't like me regressed. So I think that there's a lot to learn with the past life regressions and kind of help you in your now waking life and figuring out like, why do I have these certain patterns or things that come reoccurring all the time? So I'm definitely looking into it and I'll let y'all know whenever I do, if we ever get to share again.
Yeah, I'm taking a class. I know I mentioned that. I take so many classes at once, but I'm taking a class and I'm like 80% through the past life regression. So I took two. I took because they kind of go together. So one was more the psychology of it and more of how the hypnotic part of it, and the other was just the how to be a guide. So I finished that one and I'm still on the hypnosis of it. So once I finish that, I'll practice with you guys.
Yeah.
Yes, I volunteer.
Yeah.
I have never done that. I have never done it, so I'm curious. So
Yeah. So
you
it's
can definitely do it on me.
almost like if you're good with a guided meditation, if someone's good with being able to guide you through meditation, they can kind of tap into understanding how to guide you to your past lives. But yeah, it's just like you have to understand like the being hypnotized or something like that. But yeah, so I'll when I finish that, you guys gonna be my test dummies.
Well, that's exciting. Well, congratulations to you too for doing that. I know you're always doing and learning something new. So that's
I can't sit still. I gotta always like learn something.
yes, I love that.
Oh,
I'm not
someone.
taking any classes, but I can relate. I'm always trying to learn something new. That's what I have in Patreon, like you and other people, because I'm always like trying to learn something. It just makes me excited, and I think as long as I'm learning and I'm trying to dig in, I'm
Yeah,
okay. I'm like it's much better than just being depressed. And I think I just you know what I mean. Like it's good. It's good for you overall.
yeah.
So
Well, I passed life regression back and then me connect many dots to my current life now. Yeah, like from a certain part of particular past life that really applies to certain aspects of my current life. Yeah, totally. Like that's it. That's why I think it's important because if you know me, you know the story that I'm like me in water. Like I can't swim. And I used to be able to tread water years ago, but I don't bother with it. And I don't even, it is so bad that when I'm in the shower, I just kind of like fly by the water on my face because I feel like I'm about to drown in the shower. But when I had one of my past lives, had something to do with water. So, and I realized once I had that, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Because there was nothing in my life that happened in my current life that made me, that gave reason to why I was so definitely afraid of water. So when I saw that, I even cry. I remember crying while I was in regression because I felt the emotion of it. It was like I was back then. And when I woke up, I was like, that makes sense. But it didn't fix it. It just made me know that's where it came from. But
Right.
I guess that's something I could work on, but
I
it's
worked through it.
Now that you're talking about that, I think I may have done one of those with one of my best friends, like maybe like 2 years ago. I don't know if she called it that way. I don't know, but she did something very similar, kind of like I was in a deep meditation, and then she just bring me back in time, um, and then kind of like guide me through it, and just kind of show me. It was just one section, so I probably would need way more than one. Um, but actually, I remember in that meditation at the end of it, I had Hecate in there. And there was like a lot of, like, I was in a place where there's so many doors, like a lot of doors.
mm,
Um, and I could just go through any of them. Like, basically, I could just get out of whatever, where I was, and go through any of those doors. And I remember her being there and showing me kind of like a box, sorry, a wood box, and open it up, and there was like a beautiful key right inside. And she's like, "There you go. There is the key. Now you can go into any door that you would like to go."
mm,
And I mean, I don't know, but by this point, I probably think kind of like she's like showing me, "Hey, you need to heal this."
mm,
Whatever was showing to me in that section, um it's part of kind of trauma, but
mm.
yeah. And I don't know if we're talking about the same thing. We might be, but I'm not sure if
Well,
it's
I
the
don't know
same.
if that I right because it's taking you to your trauma, and if that trauma, I guess, led to your past life. But it sounds like because Hecate, she's represented with keys, so she's probably like leading you to.
And I mean, I'm talking about like she appeared like at the end, kind of like we were trying to get out already,
Oh,
after, like, so it was more towards the end of the section that she was there.
yeah, usually like guided meditations can also because we've had some like right Alicata, we've had some where
Right.
it's guided meditation and you go into the astral somewhere.
Mhm.
Is usually showing you something that you need to know or something you need to do, but you get channeled information in that astral space. So it sounds like that's what it was.
I like guided meditations. I like to do it with like somebody talking through it. I have a hard time myself, so you know.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like guided meditations that's just for like a chakra thing, or I like guided meditations that's taking you somewhere into the astral. Right? That's
Okay.
taking you like say, okay, now you're in the woods, you're gonna open or someplace like you're in this. How I usually like to start off is we are in maybe like a pyramid and all of a sudden you're relaxed and then you begin to see a door. And when you open that door, this is where you're going, this is what you need to know. So then after that, like you're on your own in the astral.
You just read my mind, Radio, because I was just thinking of the pyramid one. I think that one's one of the ones that like sticks with me, and I always think of because we've done it in the past through like Patreon as well.
Mhm.
Um, and it was interesting. I'm reading a book right now. It's called like The Journey of Souls or something like that, and
Mm,
they said that pyramids, the purpose of them a lot of the time was because they would go in there also as well to meditate. So that was interesting. And
mhm.
then I remembered our meditations that we've done and we imagined like the pyramid. So I was like, that is so wild.
Yeah, I would love to actually go into a pyramid because the way that they're constructed, some of them are the frequency, like it's the tone that the acoustics in the pyramids that when you are meditating, And I think some of them kind of do like vocalize like the and chant to tap into it. And when it vibrates, it like bounces off the, all the acoustics. So it's like it helps you tap into something even greater when you're in a place like that, right? So I can imagine it being like if you go into a place where they record music, right? They have the sound, the walls, I forget what you call it, but it's like the sound in there, the acoustics in there is specific for you to capture the frequency in a
Right.
certain way. So that's how I envisioned the pyramids, yeah.
Mhm.
But you could probably even do like the singing bowls and the tuning forks to do all of that. But well, yeah, now I'm like ready to do another. We want to do a pyramid meditation. Gotta make,
Yes.
yeah. Somebody else was afraid of water. Water can't swim. I only go up to my neck. Yeah, me too, Carrie. I've been sure for years. That's life. Yeah, don't even get me started with the bridges, especially the that long the one to Virginia. Oh my gosh, I forgot that one. I said got meditations a lot of years. I enjoy singing certain mantras during my. Oh, that's nice. I like that too. Yeah, I like vibrating them, like chanting the mantras because I feel it. When you go and then you like vibrate it, you can like feel it in your body. But
Yes. I like
that.
that too.
Yeah, and I always say the one is for the heart. So it's like if you want to even do tap into Glamour Magic more when you chant that vibration for the heart, right? Because you want to open up your heart because most women, our hearts is shut the fuck down.
I think I need to learn a little bit more about meditation and all those. Like, I mean, I will use some meditation that somebody else do it and follow through it, and I like that. But like, just doing it myself, it's kind of hard. But I think it's just because I have a
You
hard time
know,
focusing on anything if I'm alone.
when we do the next one, I don't know if I'll do it on Patreon, but when we do the next one, I'll let you know for the pyramid. Yeah, the guided one. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna because I don't know the last one I did. I think I recorded myself so that I can enjoy it too at the time that everybody else is doing it. Because usually when I'm guided, I kind of like I get there, but I'm not all the way in because I want to make sure I'm guiding everybody else. But yeah, well,
I mean, I also like the videos that you have. I think you have not a meditation, but it's a mantra of Lucifer, and you have Lilith too.
oh yeah, yeah.
Like literally, you have to make those into longer versions because I would definitely use them a lot.
Well, when I work with the phosphorus Lucifer, maybe I'll do that. But you're saying you want a longer one for Lilith.
I mean, I work with both of them, but yeah, I love them. Like make it into longer. I think they're like about 20 minutes, maybe a little bit less than that. But I'm like, I would love it if you do it like.
I cut it short because I'm like, ain't nobody.
Well, I am. I remember. I think I used it. I used it one time. I can't remember. It was months ago, but it was a new moon Lilith ritual. I can't remember, but anyway, I used that mantra that you had for her because
Mhm.
I trust you and I love your content, and I'm like, I feel like I can listen to this, and the energy that's coming from it, it's good. You know what I mean? Because there is so many out there, but there is so many stuff that you do not know about other people, like how they're doing it, with a good intent, like are they putting something anyway. So
That's a good point because the reason why I didn't do them longer is because there's so many out there. So I'm like, oh, they could just listen to if they want longer. But that is a good point, right? You
Yeah.
can't trust everybody. If
Hmm.
you don't know what they're chanting, their energy, what
Of
their vibe
course.
is. Because even if their intent is not malicious or baneful, when you're chanting that, if you're in like a bad place in your mind, these are the energies that's going into this chant. Like, and everybody is just listening to it, right? It's like, I get it, right? I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But I think I'm going to wrap this up now. Time is it? Yeah, unless somebody has a question. Carrie, you like, wait, oh, I thought you were talking about, I was wondering if my fear had something to do with my past life, maybe. Did you ever have one, Carrie? You should get one done. Maybe I'll include you in. You want to be you want to be one of my test subjects when I do it. I'll include you, Carrie. I think I could do it. The more practice I get with just the regular guided meditations, I think that will lend um, more experience to understanding the past life regression. But yeah, so the next thing, if anybody's watching and they want to join us on Patreon, I will be doing some guided meditations over there.
Literally already a Patreon. It's amazing. Because
Oh,
It
not
really
because
is.
of life, but she puts so much effort into it, and she's constantly bringing us something to learn. So
thank you.
definitely.
You know what? I just uploaded a video today. It was because you were on the live, but Lisa mentioned living seasonally, right? So that, like, I think about that all the time. And that is going to help me tremendously because I was trying to figure out, because when I share on Patreon, it's things that I'm doing. So what you've been getting on Patreon lately is all sporadic, like all different things. So I'm trying to like home it in and focus. So I decided that I'm going to try to live seasonally. And what that looks like is checkpoint. I call it checkpoint. So from Sabbath to Sabbath, in between that time, work on those energies. So like I uploaded a seed ritual spell where instead of planting an actual seed, the seed that you're planting is your intention. So I did a whole thing. It's on a grimoire page where you burn your intention, you mix it with your spring blend, and then you bring it out into you plant it, and then you pour water on it to help it manifest like you would a seed, right? To help it grow. So that's something that is seasonal because this is the time that we plant. So that's what I'm trying to do. Get some order in my life so that you guys can have some order. You'll know what's coming. Yeah. I'll talk to you about someone we both know. Email me, Carrie. But yeah, so that's what's coming on Patreon. But yeah. Yeah. Lisa! Oh, it's you. Did you must have heard me talk about you. You felt your ears ringing.
Hi, Lisa.
Yeah.
Hi.
I was talking about your idea about living seasonal. Yeah. So when she brought it up, I was like, yeah, I have to really that's a perfect way for me to get my shit together.
I think that's something that I probably should also do, because I'm all over the place.
Yeah, you know why? Because I'm not a person that's like into the Sabbats, like the pagan Sabbats. However, I am into wanting to align myself with the energies, right? The natural energies, the rhythm of the earth, the moon, the sun, harvest time, all those things. So I want to be able to just flow with those energies, because when you don't, like, your internal clock, your natural clock is kind of thrown off balance and it's harder to flow with things. Or everyday magic. Yeah. So when it's that's how the living seasonal is going to help me, because when I think about what it is I'm going to do outside of my morning prayers and morning rituals, I'll flow into doing something that is a part of this season. So sometimes it's hard for me to come up with creative things to do, but it's easier if I'm flowing in the season. But thank you, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for having us. I was so excited, like when you told me, and I was like, yes, I am making time. Doesn't matter. This is so exciting for me.
Yeah, I was thinking of something to do. I don't know. I'm not gonna say maybe once a month, live, and do some kind of ritual where we, all get together and do ritual together on
That'll
here.
be super fun. I'm so in. I'm so in.
I'm in
You
too.
know, I need this community for me.
Right?
Because
Yeah. I could be a hermit very easily, but thank goodness for this online space, because it allows me to be a hermit and also connect with the community.
I could never agree more with you. Like I am like this way exactly. I am a hermit too. But I
Yeah.
like this community because like you say, just still allow me to be in my hermit mode, but at the same time I can actually share and feel like I'm not, you know what I mean? I love it. I
Yeah.
love this.
So maybe like what, I'm not even gonna put a date, because then I have to look at calendars and stuff. But maybe whatever the next one will be, it'll be a ritual for that time, whatever is going on after, like Beltane. Um, that's my favorite season, because with fires, with lighted fires. So if that is all, I love you all, and just pop up. That's cool. I love you all, and into the shadows.
Bye, everyone.